Do you remember the sound of your father's car pulling into the driveway on a Friday evening? That particular rumble of the engine that told you he was home before you even looked out the window? In the 1960s, a car was not just transportation for a black family. It was freedom. It was dignity. It was the one place in segregated America where a black man could sit in the front, control where he was going, and arrive there on his own terms. During an era when public buses forced black passengers to the back and train stations maintained separate waiting rooms, the family automobile became a sanctuary on wheels. Fathers saved for months and sometimes years to buy cars that represented everything they were working toward, vehicles that told the world they had arrived even when the world was not ready to acknowledge it. Many of those cars were eventually traded in, sold off, or left to rust in backyards and empty lots. But the ones that survived are now worth fortunes that would stun the men who originally bought them. Here are 25 cars black fathers drove in the 1960s that collectors are now paying extraordinary money to own. Let's start with the 1962 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. No car carried more cultural weight in Black America during the 1960s than a Cadillac. Owning one meant you had made it, that all the double shifts, the side jobs, and the years of saving had culminated in something the entire neighborhood could see and respect. The Coupe de Ville stretched nearly 19 feet long, with tail fins that swept upward like wings, a chrome grille that gleamed from a block away, and an interior wrapped in leather, so soft it felt like sitting in someone's living room. Black fathers who drove Cadillacs kept them immaculate, washing them on Saturday mornings with a care that bordered on ceremony. Children knew not to touch the paint with dirty hands. Wives protected the seats with towels before sitting down in their Sunday dresses. The car was parked where it could be seen from the front window, not hidden in a garage, because visibility was the entire point. What makes this history even more remarkable is that Cadillac had once maintained an unwritten policy against selling to black customers. In the 1930s, a manager named Nicholas Drestadt discovered that wealthy black Americans were paying white intermediaries to purchase Cadillacs on their behalf, and he convinced the company to market directly to black consumers instead. By the 1960s, Cadillac ownership in black communities had become a symbol of economic defiance. A restored 1962 Coupe de Ville now commands between $40,000 and $190,000 at auction, depending on condition and originality. The men who bought them new for around $5,000 could never have imagined their family car would one day be worth more than the houses they raised their children in. The 1967 Chevrolet Impala was the car that black fathers could actually afford, and they bought more of them than almost anything else on the road. Chevrolet sold over 500,000 Impalas that year alone, making it the best-selling car in America. And black families claimed a significant share of those sales. The Impala offered a full-sized body, a smooth ride, and enough room in the back seat for 3 children to sit without touching each other, which any parent of that era understood was essential for peaceful road trips. Fathers who could not reach Cadillac money found in the Impala, a car that still carried presence and dignity without the crushing monthly payments. The 2-door hardtop models had a long, sleek profile that turned heads, while the 4-door sedans served families with the practical grace that defined responsible fatherhood. Today, a restored 1967 Impala S with the original 427 engine has sold for over $100,000 at collector auctions. Standard models in good condition bring between $30,000 and $65,000. The car that cost roughly $3,000 new has appreciated into a fortune. The 1965 Pontiac GTO was the car that changed everything about what American automobiles could be. Widely credited as the first true muscle car, the GTO put a massive 389 cubic inch engine into a mid-sized body and created a combination of power and affordability that hit black communities like a thunderbolt. Young fathers who had grown up watching older men drive careful sedans suddenly had access to a vehicle that could outrun nearly anything on the road for under $3,000. The GTO was not subtle. Its dual exhaust produced a rumble that announced your arrival from 2 blocks away, and the hood scoop was not decorative but functional, feeding cool air directly into an engine that produced 360 horsepower. Black men who drove GTOs were making a statement that went beyond transportation. They were declaring that they deserved power and speed and excitement just as much as anyone else. Pristine examples of the 1965 GTO now sell for between $40,000 and $150,000, with rare convertible models commanding even more. The 1963 Buick Riviera brought a level of sophistication to General Motors that the company had never achieved before. Its designer, Bill Mitchell, created a personal luxury coupe with clean lines, hidden headlights, and a profile so elegant that it looked like it belonged in a European showroom rather than an American dealership. Black professionals, teachers, ministers, and business owners gravitated toward the Riviera because it communicated success without the flashiness that invited unwanted attention in an era when conspicuous black wealth could be dangerous. The car whispered rather than shouted, and that restraint carried its own kind of power. First year 1963, Rivieras in excellent condition now sell for between $40,000 and $120,000. The 1966 Oldsmobile 442 delivered muscle car performance wrapped in a package that General Motors marketed directly toward young, ambitious buyers. The numbers in its name, a 4-barrel carburetor, a 4-speed transmission, and dual exhausts, told you everything about its intentions. Black fathers who chose the 442 wanted performance without sacrificing the comfort and refinement that Oldsmobile was known for. Restored examples now command between $35,000 and $85,000. The 1961 Lincoln Continental, with its distinctive rear-opening suicide doors, became an icon of understated American luxury. The clean, slab-sided design looked modern decades after it was built, and its association with President Kennedy gave it a gravitas that no other car possessed. Black professionals who drove Continentals were making a statement about taste and permanence. Pristine examples now sell for between $40,000 and $120,000. Which of these cars do you remember sitting in the back seat of as a child? The 1964 Ford Galaxy 500 offered full-size comfort and V8 power at a price that working families could manage. Ford sold these by the hundreds of thousands, and their durability meant many survived decades of daily use. Restored Galaxy 500s now bring between $20,000 and $55,000, depending on engine and body style. The 1965 Pontiac Bonneville was the prestige car within Pontiac's lineup, larger and more luxurious than the GTO, but carrying the same division's reputation for performance. Black fathers who wanted something bigger than a muscle car, but more exciting than a standard sedan, found their answer in the Bonneville. Clean examples today sell for between $25,000 and $60,000. The 1963 Chevrolet Bel Air served as the sensible family car that millions depended on. Reliable, affordable, and available with engine options ranging from economical 6-cylinder engines to powerful V8 engines. The Bel Air was the backbone of black family transportation. Restored examples with desirable V8 engines now bring from $25,000 to $75,000. The 1966 Buick Electra 225, known affectionately as the Deuce and a Quarter, stretched over 225 inches long and offered interior luxury that rivaled Cadillac at a lower price point. Black communities embraced the Deuce and a Quarter as the thinking man's Cadillac, a car that provided the same presence without the same monthly payment. Clean examples now sell for between $20,000 and $50,000. The 1968 Dodge Charger exploded onto the scene with styling so aggressive it looked like the future had arrived early. The fastback roofline, hidden headlights, and wide stance created one of the most recognizable shapes in automotive history. Black fathers drawn to Chrysler products found the Charger irresistible. The average collector value today sits around $91,000, with Hemi-powered RT models reaching well beyond $200,000. The 1969 Chevrolet Camaro gave young black fathers access to pony car culture that Ford's Mustang had pioneered. The first-generation Camaro's long hood and short deck proportions created one of the most beautiful American cars ever designed. Today, SS models command between $50,000 and $150,000. The 1965 Ford Mustang democratized performance in ways that reached every American community. At a base price under $2,400, fathers could own something exciting without stretching the budget beyond reason. Well-preserved early Mustangs now sell for between $25,000 and $100,000. The 1960 Chevrolet Impala, with its distinctive batwing tail fins and triple light tail lamps, represented the peak of late 50s American design, carrying into the new decade. Restored examples now bring between $30,000 and $80,000. The 1964 Pontiac Catalina offered big car room and a price tag positioned below the Bonneville, making it accessible to families watching every dollar. Today, these underappreciated classics sell for between $15,000 and $40,000. The 1967 Plymouth Fury gave Chrysler loyalists a full-size option with distinctive styling and Mopar reliability. Restored Furies command between $12,000 and $35,000 today. The 1962 Oldsmobile Starfire combined luxury with genuine performance in a personal coupe that signaled ambition. These increasingly rare models sell for between $25,000 and $60,000. The 1965 Buick Wildcat lived up to its name, with aggressive styling and a powerful 401 cubic inch V8 engine that made it one of the fastest full-size cars available. Restored Wildcats now bring between $20,000 and $50,000. The 1968 Plymouth Roadrunner stripped away luxury to deliver pure, affordable muscle. At under $3,000 when new, it put serious performance within reach of almost anyone. Today, Roadrunners sell for between $40,000 and $120,000. The 1963 Ford Fairlane served working families who needed reliable transportation without pretension. These honest cars now command between $15,000 and $40,000 from collectors recognizing their significance. The 1966 Chevrolet Chevelle SS brought accessible muscle car performance to families who wanted excitement on a budget. Well-restored examples now sell for between $40,000 and $90,000. The 1969 Dodge Dart GTS packed big car power into a compact body that was affordable to insure and maintain. These overlooked performers now bring between $30,000 and $70,000 as collectors discover their potential. The 1961 Chrysler 300G was the letter series luxury performance car that represented the pinnacle of American automotive engineering. With only 1,500 produced, surviving examples command prices between $50,000 and $150,000. The 1964 Studebaker Avanti was the most forward-looking car available in America, with fiberglass bodywork and a supercharged engine wrapped in Raymond Loewy's stunning design. Black fathers who appreciated innovation over convention found something special in the Avanti. These rare machines now sell for between $25,000 and $80,000. The 1967 Buick Riviera refined everything the 1963 original had established. The second-generation design was bolder, with dramatic fender lines and a more powerful engine. Black professionals who had admired the original now upgraded to the newest expression of personal luxury. Excellent examples command between $30,000 and $75,000 today. But the value of these cars extends far beyond auction prices and collector databases. Every vehicle on this list carried a family through an America that was not designed for their comfort or their safety. Black fathers drove these cars through sundown towns with the Negro motorist green book in the glove compartment, knowing which gas stations would serve them and which restaurants would turn them away. They drove them to jobs that underpaid them, to churches that sustained them, and to homes they were building with everything they had. The chrome that gleamed on Sunday mornings was polished by hands that worked factory floors and construction sites all week. The engines that rumbled through black neighborhoods carried men who refused to let a hostile world determine how they moved through it. Those cars were freedom before the law finished catching up to the promise. Thanks for joining us on this trip down memory lane. If your father or grandfather drove one of these cars and you can still remember the sound of that engine, drop a comment sharing which one takes you back the furthest. Hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss another journey into the moments that shaped who we are.